Hello, beautiful souls. This is Karen from Mannadelight. Thank you so much for your support and for listening and watching my videos. Today I wanted to talk specifically about the journey and about getting assistance for this journey. And basically getting assistance for any spiritual journey that you would be on, regardless whether it is a twin flame / twin soul journey, or just the ascension path. I wanted to talk briefly about that. And if you want to know my actual twin soul story, it is the video posted right before this video. I tell my twin soul journey up to this point of recognizing my twin and all of that. So so that's out there. And I wanted to just talk briefly more about it. As time progresses and our knowledge increases, and we are more and more things are veiled to us, or unveiled to us, more things come to light, basically. And so I feel as if there's going to be a lot more knowledge coming forth about the twin soul journey, about what it is about. We all know really in essence what it is about, and that is about soul evolution and ascension for humanity. That's basically what it is, because we're living in that age where we are ushering in the new earth. This is the age of ascension. Okay, so in knowing that, the actual twin soul journey is just that as well, as far as we are awakened, we activate one another. Sorry about that. We activate one another and we come into harmonious union, which is in, it's in another dimension where we come into this harmonious union. And that, that takes some clearing, that takes just some merging, and it really is happening. Your soul is facilitating all of these changes in another dimension. Your higher self, the other aspects of yourself, of course, divine source, are facilitating you coming into and merging the twins back together. The journey in this physical world is about manifesting that union here in the physical and coming together in the physical world. It is crucial and essential that twins come together for the age of ascension, for assisting in ushering in the new earth and the paradigms within the new earth, specifically divine love. Specifically releasing the old relationship paradigms, the old paradigms, period, regarding everything. Releasing all of the mind control tactics that have been rampant on Earth at this time. And so, twins, when they come into actual physical in this world, when they come into union, and their love comes together, they are then a beacon for this divine love. They are, we hold the highest vibration of unconditional divine love, and our unions help facilitate the awakening of the rest of humanity and the ushering in of the new earth. And that is the journey. And the journey is about, like I mentioned in my previous video, about mirroring those things to each other so you can simply heal and evolve and get to the place where you can hold this high vibration of love, and where you have released all of the old and released all belief systems, and you really are ready to step into the fifth dimension. And that is what I talked about in another video. So all of this is tying in. I talked about unity consciousness equals union. It's true. That is where you have to get to, because you have to be able to hold that vibration. You have to be able to be in that dimension in order to help others get to that dimension. So you have to release everything that you ever thought was true, every belief you held, every relationship dynamic that has ever played out. You have to release all of that. You have to release sometimes people in your life that are no longer serving you. They have just not, they do not have your highest good in mind, and they are no longer on your path, and they will naturally fall away the more that you ascend, and the more that you choose love, and the more that you release everything else. Everything else is fear. Everything else is your egoic mind that would keep you from your true soul's path. So, I got off balance because I had a call come in. Sorry about that. And I thought it stopped the recording, so I had to double check. Sorry about that pause. So that is, in a nutshell, the essence of it. And so you release all fears, all old paradigms, all mind control tactics, and everything really that you thought was true about religion, about who you really are, about everything. Everything that you thought was wrong is right. Everything you thought was right is wrong. It's like it flips the absolute script on you. And so it's you embracing that. A lot of the dynamics within the twin flame, twin soul journey would not play out like they do if everyone would embrace this awareness. It's simply about the healing. It's simply about getting you to release everything else and embrace love and embrace who you really are, embracing the powerful, loving being that you really, truly are and have always been. And that is where a lot of people get stuck. That happened for me very quickly. I was encouraged to and pushed to release everything. I had to release religion. I had to release the majority of that was religious based. I had to release all of that. I had to release my any qualms I had to about the homosexual community, about reincarnation, about just everything that I had ever been taught. And there's so many mind controls out there, but religion is really the number one, because it's really is set up and designed that you stay within that fear. Because, and I posted on someone else's page as well about religion. And she was talking about Shout out to Rose. Love you, girl. She was talking about that everyone is waiting for Christ to return. And I had shared with her what I had been shown about it, which it's, if you have read the Bible at all, or if you, grew up in church, you know what the Bible says, and you know what the book of Revelations is about. And it's all talking about John's vision of the end of times, which is what we're living essentially right now. And so someone, prophet, psychic at that time, oracle at that time, had put out information regarding this age, regarding, and it could have been John, it could have been him himself, or whatever his name is, but this guy that they put in the Bible, that it will be the return of Christ consciousness and not a person. But in order to distort that, it was distorted, and it was put in the Bible as Christ himself would return, and that he was judging the earth, and that all who did not do right their whole life, those who did not turn from sin. And there's a lot of miscommunication within the Bible. It contradicts itself quite a bit. And this is man-made. I in no way do I believe that the Bible is the inevitable word of God and it is verbatim. Because I know as a channeler and getting messages how important it is and how you have to work and act within the guidelines of extreme integrity in order to bring a channeling forth. And I know and have heard other channelings, and I can tell when I am listening to someone's channel how it gets off and how the ego mind comes in, because it's very hard to keep those channels clear when you're doing it. And sometimes there's a pause in the channel, and then your ego mind wants to come in and say what it thinks. And so getting a pure channeling is difficult. And in no way do I think that the Bible is a pure channel of God and that there was nothing else inserted into it. And in a way to control the masses, this fear-based doctrine was created. And so there are a lot of things about Jesus and his life here that are true in the Bible, and there's a lot of things that are not true. Yes, he lived on the earth. Yes, he went through his own spiritual journey. Yes, he had a dark night of the soul in the Garden of Gethsemane. Yes, I believe all of that. I believe that he was here and embraced the highest vibration of love as well, because he was a twin and his divine counterpart was Mary Magdalene. And I'm getting off into this religious tangent because I'm sure that I will and am here to help break that template, because I was inundated all my life with it. So I know it, and I know what Christians and most religious people believe. And it keeps them stuck. So anyway, so I got off on a tangent, but yes, he is, so it is the return of Christ consciousness, okay? And then, of course, there is this fear tactic that was inserted into the Bible that all who are against his return are of the Antichrist, and that the Antichrist is going to raise up at this end of the age. And so I, and my new spiritual journey and my new spiritual path, I am considered part of the Antichrist. I am embracing the Antichrist by not believing that Jesus is going to show up on a white horse and judge the world. And he's coming back only for those who have said the sinner's prayer. That's wrong. It's not true. And I don't believe it. So I would be considered Antichrist. But you see how there is that fail-proof system of fear that is placed there that keeps you stuck. Like, oh, I don't want the Antichrist. I want Christ. I don't want the Antichrist. So then anything that is not that is repelled. That includes psychics. That includes mediums. That includes anything. Okay. Now, I'm not a fan of spells or witchcraft or anything like that that would try to tap into any dark energy. But if you are in love and light and use your psychic abilities to guide people in a loving and healing way, there's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely, completely on par. If you're a medium, and that means that you can make contact with the other side, and therefore, which I can, and therefore you bring guidance and encouragement and support and hope and clarity, and doing it in a spirit of love and light in an effort to heal, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, and there are dark forces, and those dark forces are the ones who started this mind control, and I won't go any further into that. But that's what it's about, releasing all of these old and embracing the new. And you have to release all of the karma. Your soul came here in this last incarnation to clear the slate, to even the scoreboard, to get everything else, the unfinished business that your soul had, getting it completely taken care of so that you could fully ascend. And for a lot of twin souls, this is our last incarnation, because we would then be absolutely fully ascended, and then we'd never be subject to the world and the struggles, and we would live in divine love and bliss, which is where we're trying to get everyone else to be, and we're getting everyone to try to embrace that. Okay, that's settled. So, with that being said, and because I was put on an accelerated journey, and because of who I am, and I'm not saying that I'm better, I am just a leader. I am what you would call a rod and staff union. I am what you would call a parent union, where I am a direct incarnation, and I then have already ascended before in another lifetime. So I incarnated in this lifetime with already knowledge, already, I feel already being extremely androgynous and already being completely balanced in my masculine and feminine energies. And I feel like that is really a characteristic of a rod and staff, mom, pop, parent union, is that they are extremely androgynous. Absolutely. I mean, regardless whether you are a same-sex twin or not, the majority of the rod and staff union people that I have met are either same-sex or are just extremely androgynous. So I'm going to put that out there, that is a characteristic. I believe that we already incarnated here being balanced within our masculine and feminine energies. And what we just had to release or come into balance with was the healing, the karma that played out early on in our lives, and healing from that. And following the journey. Waking up when we were supposed to, and then coming into union with our twins so that we can complete our mission. Being this union, and being the fact that I have ascended before, and that doesn't mean that if you're not a rod and staff, that you haven't ascended before. I'm sure many twin flames have. I don't know if all have. I would say the newer, no, but the older and the older souls, yes, have ascended before. In being that and embracing that role, I have done this before. And in this lifetime, I have done this journey. And I have been linking up with other rod and staffs. Jen from Twin Simplicity is another rod and staff union. She as well has already done the work. Patricia McNeely is a rod and staff union, and I've made contact with a few more. And as a matter of fact, a few of us are going to get together and we're going to make a Blu-ray rod and staff video, because we really want to connect with those that resonate with being rod and staff, because I feel like it is important that we join forces. I really feel like that is a grid. I had received a download several months ago that that the grid needed to be complete, which meant that we needed to connect. And I still feel like that. That we are, and I don't know how many unions are out there. That is still left to be seen. There are some that are saying that there's only 12, and there's some that's saying there's a lot more than that are rod and staff. So we're unclear, because of course, like I've said before, we are, there is no rule book. There is no manual. We were confident enough that we would be able to find our way, and we have. So, but that has been unrevealed. So in an effort to put that video out and get it out into the twin soul, twin flame community, and finding out who all resonates with that, and connecting with them, and finding out, really if they are a rod and staff union, and then forming that connection. And it's simply just connecting, an email, a recognition, an awareness of them, and then you are connected. So it's crucial that we do come together. So we are going to be doing that. And then it is important, and like Jen and I have said before, it is important that you connect yourself and attune to a rod and staff union, because we are here to assist you kids. We are the parents. You are the kids. We are here to assist you in your ascension and your twin flame journey. All of the information and the downloads that a rod and staff union gets, like Patricia McNeely, Jen, and I, should be heeded with the utmost importance and diligence, because we are being shown exactly what it is that you need in order to move forward. What will be beneficial for you to move forward. One of the most beneficial webinars and downloads that we have out there available now is we have a twin flame package where it is the Divine Love webinar and the Releasing of the Old Feminine template webinar. Highly beneficial. It's all here for you folks. It's all here. We have the information, and I do believe that more and more are going to make the connection to this and come on board and connect to it and receive the information. Awareness is key. And just simply listening to the webinar and becoming aware of this then is so beneficial. But we created a package where at the end of the old, releasing the old dynamic, I facilitate a meditation where we go through and we release all of these things with your twin. And standing in that, of actually the awareness of the webinar and the meditation that goes along with it, and standing in the intention and the awareness will help you to release it. And it really is that simple. And you just have to connect to it. Highly beneficial on the journey. I deal with and receive emails and help out many twin flames that are still stuck in the old. The feminine is who I'm talking about, because I have not connected with the masculine, because the majority of them are not aware. And it is the feminine that was awoke first. So I've connected to, and they're still stuck in this old relationship paradigm. It's not going to work anymore. It's simply not going to work. And if you're finding yourself on a loop, same things keep happening, and you cannot release it, or you just are not aware of what it is that's keeping you stuck, it is most likely that. And you could say, oh yeah, I'm ready for divine love, but you have to put in the work towards releasing that old, embracing what the new is. You have to know what it is to embrace it. And it's really as simple as connecting with it. And we have provided that for you. So I really wanted to come on, toot our horn, whatever you want to call it, but really imploring you and telling you the importance of the webinars. And Jen is a natural teacher, and she's very smart. And these are things that, she's been shown. And yes, we do collaborate. We have a lot of conversations, and she confirms for me, I confirm for her, but we do a lot of collaboration within these webinars where, oh yeah, I was getting this too. And then, and we'll put it all, or Jen will put it all in the webinar. So that's how we're using our energies together. And I know that is really why I was led to come and be in the same city and stay with Jen, so we could really work on a lot of these things together. And we're being shown more and more things that are going to help to assist you. But the number one thing that really is happening now is the old relationship paradigms are still playing out. And the feminine are being encouraged to demand their needs and wants within the relationship. And that is an old paradigm. And Jen did touch on this. I'm not sure exactly which one of her videos it is, but with her as well as me, we've been getting all of this information. It's been coming in really, really quick. Like we're getting more and more and more, and it's getting easier and easier for us to receive the information that is needed. And more and more we'll start connecting to what we're doing as more, as we're going on. I feel like the time is now, and that a lot has shifted, and with a lot of the old timelines that are closing, and we are connecting more and more to the 5D timeline, more will start connecting to us. But I wanted to, and through this video, I'm hoping that many will heed the call and actually connect to the information. I'm not trying to say that, we have the ultimate twin flame package and you're coming into union. I'm saying that this information, if you simply connect to it, will help you along your journey. It is extremely beneficial. It was downloaded by Divine Source directly to us because we are connected to Divine Source. And we're being shown these things. We're ahead. We have done this. We are at the place of ascending, and we have already came into 5D union with our twins, and we are awaiting the physical manifestation of that union. And there are some things that need to happen before, and I really truly feel like the connection of the rod and staff unions and creating that grid is one of them. But so just putting it out there and simply informing you and creating this awareness that I'm telling you that I know this journey. Jen knows this journey, as most rod and staff do, like the back of our hand. And we can assist you, and we are being given the information to help you. We are being given the information I said already, the downloads that we are sharing, and we do share. And we both were shown and guided to start our YouTube channel so that we could start getting that information out there. And it's crucial. And so I started with my readings, and Jen just took on the teaching role because she's a good teacher. I'm very wise and can teach as well, and I do see myself teaching, and I do see myself at speaking engagements as well as Jen does, because we're just going to keep receiving the information to help twins. And to help all, really. I see myself branching off from twins really soon, not like within a month or something, but when the majority of us come into union, I feel like, it's going to be one of those things that, and I forget who said it. It might have been Patricia. And I know Jen has mentioned it in another video as well, passing the baton. So, we're creating all of this information to help you. We will come into union, and that will assist you even further. So it's like, and let me explain it to you like this, because this is what my mind made a connection to. Have you ever watched a movie and then like, oh my God, it was so good, and you wanted to watch it again? And the second time you watched it, it's like you sped through it. It was so much quicker. It's because you already watched the movie, and that's simply all you did was sit there and watch it, but you already went through it. So the second time going through it, it was quicker. And you did pick up on things that you didn't see, in the first time you see it. You always catch something that you didn't see. That's exactly what's going on within the twin flames, is that we've already done it. So since we've pushed through and already went out the other side, then those that come up behind us, it'll be quicker for them, because the trail has already been blazed. So that is why we're beneficial. That's why that there's some that had to come as leaders, and it was us, the Rod and Staff Unions. We had to come and do it first, and so we are. And that's why it's so beneficial to connect to our information. So anyway, I got off on that little story and was headed somewhere. And I know everybody knows what I'm talking about. You're going along, you're talking, and then bam, you just lose your train of thought. And because it's one of those things where you just do. Okay, so where was I going with that? Of saying that I think I was just basically making the point that we have done it before you. And we've done it before you, and we now have the information to make it easier for you, and we're passing the baton down to the other twins. So, I was saying that I didn't think I'd be within the twin flame. We will expand out. There will be greater missions within the community, within all of humanity. and whatever our template is and mission is. And I have ideas, as Jen does as well, that we've been shown on what our actual mission is. And each twin flame union is different. There may be some collaboration as far as an issue, but all of the things that are holding people back, and all of the things that is holding humanity down that needs healing, we will be working within those realms to bring healing and love to. And that is our mission. And so we will be often doing that. And we will be pulling away then from this twin soul community and just branching out. I think that we would always be connected, and I think that I would always offer assistance to twins if they reached out to me. I just don't think that it's going to be my main focus, especially when I come into union. It won't be my main focus. It will be what our mission is and what it is that we came here to do and heal and ushering in our own blissful and unconditional loving union. Because when we do that, that is when the highest vibration is then realized, and everyone can see the love, and they're going to see the new divine love relationship playing out within these twin flame unions. I really feel like that is why there are some race differences, some same-sex differences, some age differences, some cultural differences, because they're going to show that one person from this side of the world and this side of the world, and one is this age and one is this age, and one is tall and one is short and one is black and one is white, and maybe both are female, and they come together and unconditionally love each other regardless of. So you really are kind of, even though you are very similar on a soul level to your twin, you may be an opposite. One may be extremely fit, and the other may be fat. And there was issues within that. One may be a drug addict, and one may be a counselor. So when they come together, they're finding that middle balance within each other, and it's like the most illogical union, the most illogical relationship you could ever think of is kind of like what it is. And so that makes an impact as well on the world as far as appearance, because everyone's going to be looking, at it, and they're going to be like, whoa, those two are together? I never would have featured that. But it's like you're almost at the opposite ends of the polarity when it comes to certain issues, but you know that that's what you're here to fix. So let me give another example. Let's say, a political person and an activist who is dead set against politicians, and they're twins. So opposite ends of the polarity, and they come together and meet in the middle to heal whatever that is. So this person releases their judgments against politics, and this person releases their judgment against the activist who would set out to discredit them. And they meet in the middle, and there's that balance. And that is healing that dynamic. So that's just an example. I'm not saying that that's verbatim in all cases. But if you have a high mission, I feel like that really, it's playing out like that for you. That there is something on on a scale that you're here to heal, and you yourself had to heal it first. And so it's been playing out in your twin dynamic. And when you come together and come in, you balance that out, and then there's the healing. You have corrected and balanced that polarization, and so now you have the healing template for that. Okay. And I know within mine, okay, so there's another aspect of the twin flame journey, and if you're wanting to know about your mission. Okay, so pulling away from the twin flame journey and twin soul journey, eventually coming into mission. I spoke about mission, and just really wanting you guys to make the connection. I feel like, we're all encouraged to stand in our power and trust our own intuition and all of those things. But there are people and there are twins that are ahead of you, that have been placed ahead of you along the journey to assist you. And I'm telling you that the information and the downloads and the webinars that many of us are putting out there are extremely beneficial and will assist you within your journey, which we all just want to complete the journey. Right? Right. So, if you have not had a chance to connect to that webinar, which it's a big one, the releasing of the old and embracing the new relationship paradigm, and what that entails with the divine love, it is available. And Twin Simplicity, Jen's website, has that twin flame package. Now, if you just want the webinars for awareness, that's totally fine. But like I was saying earlier, and I don't think I've completed that thought either, was that there is a package available which would include healing. There's a meditation at the end of the webinar, but there is healing and a session. Remote healings from Jen and I. If you don't feel like you need 2 healings within it, or we space them out anyway. But I mean, if you feel like you just really are not going to need a second healing or anything like that, we can work something out, whether that would be a reading with me or whatever. And then we Skype with you. Oh, and another thing I wanted to add too is, so that package is available. Let me just put it out there. Highly beneficial. If you are stuck within a loop and cannot get past and really are not sure whether you're in 5D union with your twin or not, and there's something that's holding you back, because you first have to come into 5D harmonious union with your twin in order for it to trickle down and manifest in the 3D. So if you're not sure about that, that is something that Jen and I can let you know, and that is something that releasing the old relationship paradigm will get you to. So that's beneficial. Another thing I wanted to let everyone know, I do have Skype and phone one-on-one sessions, and that is where basically we're chatting. I can look into your situation, your dynamic for you, and give you your best guidance. I can pull cards for you. We can chit-chat. We can Skype or talk on the phone. It's an intimate conversation between me and you, and I can listen to your story, your dynamic. If you just need someone to talk to because this is a hard journey, I would highly consider that. Now, I do have an hour option only on my website now, but I'm going to change it to a less time, like a 30-minute session, and for at least half the price. And I may run some introductory special for the half-hour sessions as well. And so look below for that information. And also, Twin Souls Network group page is still up and running, and it's just a free, it's closed page, but it's just a free join whoever wants to join, post whoever wants to post. It's not a page is restricted because we are not overseeing that page any longer. But I had Twin Souls Network page, which is different than a group. It's a page that I had connected to my actual Facebook that has been inactive because of everything that was going on within the group, and I was focusing all of my time on that. I have, that is going to be going away, that page. There's not that many followers on there at all. But I do have a Mannadelight page, which was my page for my bakery. It was originally called Sweetie Pies, and it was my successful cake business that I had in Illinois for many years. And when I was catapulted into the spiritual journey, I just really couldn't see myself baking, not necessarily baking, but the ingredients, within the cake and the buttercream and all of that was just in the sugar content, and I was thinking, this is just not healthy. So I changed it from Sweetie Pies to Mannadelight, and delight being the dessert part of it, because I was going to go into vegan and organic. And I did, and I made a few things and was successful in that. But then more and more started happening, and so then that page just became inactive. Like I was being pulled away from being in the kitchen at all and focusing completely on the journey and helping other twins. So now I am completely in full functioning, getting that page up and running. So the Twin Souls page that I have is going to stay and remain inactive. All of my insights, videos, readings, cards of the day, specials will be within my Mannadelight page. I'm connecting it all into one so it can connect with this YouTube channel of Mannadelight, my business cards, and my website. That is my brand. That is how I will be found, if not by my name, by Mannadelight. So I, was really led to do that. And basically that is it. I leave all of that information below all of my videos. Please share this. If you know that there's someone that's struggling and they're on this path and they just need assistance, please share this video. Please go to Mannadelight page. I'm going to leave that below this video as well. And like and share. Comment. But sharing is the biggest thing, because we have to create awareness and we have to let people know. And that's what this video is about, is letting you know I have some valuable information for you. And here it is, and all you have to do is connect to it. And we have put our time and energy in it, so of course there's an energy exchange. But we have done that to help. And so there you have it. I'm hoping that many will connect to this video and to what I'm saying and understand where I'm coming from. And I'm setting the intention that whoever is in need of this information will find their way to this video, and that they will see the information that is set before them and realize its value and connect to it to help them on their journey. Okay, that is it for today. Be looking out for the Blu-ray rod and staff. I'm telling you, something has lit a fire under my tush, and I am go, go, go. And I believe that's the masculine energy that's came in. I'm so focused when her energy comes in. I'm telling you, it's she helps me immensely. So be looking out, because I'm going to be pushing that we do that, because I really feel like that is a major connection that the rod and staffs need to make. If you feel like you are a rod and staff union, if you feel like you are advanced completely on this journey and you have fully connected with your twin in union and are just waiting for the physical, and you know that your mission is huge and you feel like you could be a rod and staff, reach out, because we really want to connect. But be looking out for that video. That's coming up very soon, because I'm going to push for it very soon. You know, I'm tired of pussyfooting around. Like, you know, let's do it. I'm in beast mode. And I hope you're feeling that way too. And I'm really hoping that you're like, let's manifest this, you know? So thank you once again. All my info is below. Reach out if you need me. I love you very much. Have a great weekend.